Susanna J. Dodgson in Camden, right in front. Those cars are coming off the Benjamin Franklin Bridge from Philadelphia. And I'm standing, in front, Echo Charter School that just closed down. And here is Newton Friends meeting, which was my meeting from 2000 until the end of 2015, when I was replaced as treasurer, and a whole lot of things were going on. But when I was here, this place was thriving. The garden was thriving. They were growing vegetables. And here, this was the corn patch. Echo Charter planted corn at the end of every school year. And then when the kids came back in the fall, they could harvest the corn and make popcorn. Now there are two buildings here. This building was in the middle of Haddon Avenue, which is right in front of us, and it was moved. And this building was donated. So that building was a meeting house, and I'm not quite sure where it was. But this was the schoolhouse for Newton Friends meeting. And Newton meeting was started in 1682, something like that. But not on this site. Now, Newton meeting is part of Philadelphia yearly meeting. And because there's a number of meetings in Philadelphia yearly meeting, we completely confuse people. There's a new town, NEWTOWN meeting, and that's not it. That's not us. We're in Camden City, New Jersey. In 2015, September 2015, the Pope came, and several of us stayed overnight for 2 nights in the meeting house because we were told there were going to be traffic and jams and no one could come into Camden because there's just too many Catholics. Well, people were pretty scared off by all the predictions, and not so many people came. Look, there's a squirrel. Yes. So in September 2015, when the Pope came, and on the Sunday evening, there was a whole crowd of people on the corner here waiting for buses, singing these beautiful hymns in Spanish. They'd come from below the border to see the Pope. That was definitely one of the highlights of being in Newton meeting. Echo Charter School, you can still see the sign. It's a shame. But Camden keeps changing dramatically. Buildings are torn down. Other buildings are put up and filled with rich people. A medical school has been built just down the street. And look here, this building here, this brown building, very imposing building, it's locked up. It was a Bell Telephone building. It looks like the church from the other side. Now, there's plenty of churches in Camden, and you can see there, that's Philadelphia. It's July 20th. This haze in the air, I believe, has come all the way from Canada. Canada has been burning all year. Now this building here is the South Jersey Legal Services, and there were all kinds of political games some years ago, maybe 25 years ago. Don't remember. And the city of Camden wanted to tear it down. So Quaker activists got together and they did something really spectacular. They put up a mural. And turned the legal aid building into a work of art, which could not be torn down for some reason I don't understand. But anyway, legal aid is still here. Now you can see where we are. That's Market Street. That is City Hall there. Bail bonds. This all used to be houses here, and one by one they've all been torn down. This grass belongs to Newton Meeting. Someone is not doing their job. This should have all been cut. There's the sign. Waterfront. That's the Delaware River and his friend's meeting house. It looks very overgrown from here. Now this area was cleared and turned into a playground for the Echo Charter School. And I remember I used to see kids, they had a lovely time here, playing and hanging out, enjoying the garden. They didn't just plant corn, they did a lot of things. But as I said, Camden keeps changing and houses they just keep on being torn down, and the population has mostly moved to Lindenwold and areas like that. And the schools have been closed down. I mean, you can't have a school unless you've got a population of kids. Newton Friends meeting, worship 10:30 a.m. Sunday. Well, that's actually not true. They meet whenever they feel like it, and I'm not quite sure when that is. When I was a member, we met every Sunday, and every other Sunday we made food for homeless and unhoused people and hungry people, and we made food in the kitchen and we brought it to the Riverline station, which is a short walk away. Now, some growing was going on. Which is great. But, and also it looks like this building here is being repaired, which people have been talking about that for years and years and years, so that's actually a good sign. And there's a picnic table that's destroyed. That's a shame. Oh, used to be there'd be rows and rows of squash and cucumbers and peppers, tomatoes, cabbages, absolutely everything. And yeah, that's a shame. Oh, this doesn't look good. There are some nice trees. Yeah, okay. So what they do is they have this free book thing on, we are 10:30 a.m. Oh, it used to say 2nd and 4th, and now it says Sunday. So maybe they do meet again every Sunday. That's very good. My meeting now is Arch Street Friends, which is just across the bridge. That's how you get to the bridge. You just walk along there and turn left and get to the bridge. as I said before, those cars that you can see, they've all come off the bridge. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Just walking all the way around. Yeah, when the Pope came, it was amazing because they blocked off the bridge for 2 days, and I walked over to Philadelphia a couple of times, and people were so excited. It's always very exciting to close off the bridge and everyone walk over. Now the problem, you can see that they're very concerned about getting mail, and that's always been a problem. When the Pope was here, our clerk had a medical emergency, and the EMTs in the ambulance, they couldn't find us, so we had to direct them. Look at this gorgeous London plane, birch tree, not sure what it is. It's one of those, but it's a gorgeous tree, and I always remember it being there. This is awfully sad. All these piles of stuff, and this looks like something was going to be planted here, and it wasn't. Okay, there are rows of things. It looks like kale is doing well, and I think I saw some tomatoes. There were always peppers. Yes, there's a whole lot of tomatoes right there. There are not as many as they used to have. And kale, a lot of kale. Oh yeah, wow. Oh, it's not so bad. This is squash. Wow. Pumpkins. A lot of flowers, which oh, more tomatoes. Okay, it's all about tomatoes. All right. What is this? I don't know. It's interesting. Oh, this corner always had tulips. So now it's just overgrown. Oh, that's a huge shame. That is a huge shame. Yeah. Okay. Just to put it in context, and here we've come the whole way around. It looks like there's some kind of cold frame there. Yeah, I would say. Oh, so many tomatoes. I wonder what they do with them. Yeah. Okay, this man was sitting here before. He was gorgeous. I remember these gorgeous trees. These, in front, these look like peach trees, but I don't see anything on them. Now here is a fig tree, and this is a wonderful fig tree. It gives a lot of great figs. Although it doesn't seem to be this year. Oh yeah, I see a few. I have 2 of those fig trees in my backyard. They're Chicago hardy, although mine are a lot leafier than that. Oh yeah. Hi, how are you? Yeah, so they're trying very hard. Look at that. Oh, they've taken a whole lot of stuff out. They're throwing it out. Yeah. There's the front of the meeting house. Yeah, I just found some minutes. I was the recording clerk for a while, and also the recording clerk for the Haddonfield Quarter. When I was the clerk, the recording clerk, the clerk was Frank Goodfellow, a wonderful, charismatic person, but he was in the beginning stages of dementia, and he wasn't very good at saving records. Well, a lot of happy memories here. Susanna J. Dodgson, July 20th, 2023. The 54th anniversary of landing on the moon. In Newton meeting, Camden, New Jersey.